2 phone calls. I talked to Jay and I talked to Kendrick, and I was like, hey, I want to get back in music, and it was like, what's the advice? And Jay said, like, don't fake your story. And that's where I got the based on a true story from Jay. And Kendrick, he paused, he said, man, just say that shit you always been fucking scared to say.
Sorry, mommy. You gotta say sorry, Will. You gotta say sorry.
I mean, that's the Kendrick said that, mommy. I didn't say that.
Was there ever a time when Will Smith could actually do no wrong? Think about that for a second. Not just someone who was doing well, someone who genuinely felt untouchable. The movies hit, the music hit, the interviews were charming. The family looked perfect. Everything about him felt curated in a way that shouldn't have been possible for that long. So how does someone go from that to this? Because right now, if you say Will Smith in the wrong room, you're not getting nostalgia. You're getting memes, you're getting jokes, you're getting that one look people give when a name carries more baggage than legacy. Something shifted. The question is, when did it actually start? Because to understand what happened, you have to understand what he actually was.
To develop, someone put in the prompt of Will Smith eating spaghetti.
Yeah,
so that was
not?
like, yeah, right. Yeah. So just a random thing. So that became the test of the evolution of AI video.
Yeah.
Is every couple of months, they do a new prompt of Will Smith eating spaghetti. And the latest one is the first one that's absolutely perfect and photo real.
It's mad.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was watching it earlier and I was like, I can't believe that's not you.
Yep. I'm still eating the spaghetti.
Men in Black, Bad Boys, Ali, Pursuit of Happiness, Hitch, I Am Legend, Independence Day. These weren't just films, they were events. And he was the draw every single time. His music was moving units, his interviews were going viral before that even meant anything, and the wild part? No scandals, no chaos, no tabloid explosions, just consistent output, consistent charm, and somehow consistent respect from every direction. How rare is it to win in every lane and still stay controversy-free? Most people who reach that level of fame eventually crack somewhere. It almost felt like Will had cracked the code that everyone else was still failing at. The family man, the global superstar, the guy who made it look effortless. And that's almost the problem, because nothing that polished stays that way forever. At some point, and it's hard to pin exactly when the energy around Will Smith started changing, not dramatically, not all at once, but gradually, the internet stopped treating him like a legend and started treating him like a punchline waiting to happen.
Is coming to the table. She's going to be at the red table. Would you say she has been instrumental in you and I redefining our relationship?
I would say don't just start filming me without asking me.
Oh my goodness.
If you could film me.
Astaire, come help us again, please. I'm still dealing with foolishness.
Because she don't just.
Would you say that she helped us heal the hurts that we caused one another?
My social media presence is my bread and butter, okay? So you can't just use me for social media and not, don't just start rolling. I'm standing in my house. Don't just start rolling.
Please watch Astaire at the red table because she's helped us a lot.
When did people start laughing instead of respecting? His motivational posts started getting mocked. The wholesome energy that used to feel genuine started feeling performative. People weren't celebrating his wins anymore. They were waiting for something to go wrong. And somewhere in that shift, the armor started showing cracks. The pedestal wasn't gone yet, but it was already wobbling. And then came March 2022, the Oscars. One of the most watched nights in Hollywood. And in the space of about 15 seconds, decades of careful image management became irrelevant. A joke about his wife's hair, a walk to the stage, a slap that no one in that room or watching at home could quite process in real time. The silence, the yelling, the sitting back down, none of it felt real. Could that one moment have changed everything? That clip spread to every corner of the internet within minutes. Every platform, every timeline. There was genuinely no escaping it.
G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? Hey, I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
My wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane jump.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to.
And here's the thing. The joke itself would have been forgotten in a week. But now it's stamped into pop culture permanently because of what came after it. Or was the slap just the spark that exposed something that was already there? Either way, The damage was done, and the internet doesn't forget. Projects got paused, opportunities slowed, he stepped back, kept quiet for a while, and then the comeback campaign started. Interviews, apologies, announcements. You could see the plan taking shape, but the problem with a visible plan is that people stop responding to it and start analyzing it. Why does every attempt to fix things feel like it makes it worse? Because when everything feels calculated, nothing feels real. And that's the trap he keeps falling into. Every move gets dissected instantly. Every statement gets screenshotted. Every gesture gets questioned. The audience isn't watching a comeback, they're watching a chess match. Is it recovery or damage control? And does the difference even matter anymore if people can't tell which one it is? Then he drops new solo music, the first in nearly 2 decades. On paper, that should have been a moment. A legend returning to the lane he came from, but the reaction? Rough.
Will Smith is how old?
57.
The stimulus plan that you naming is not working today for 50-however-year-old Will Smith. I don't think this is a bad song, but we can't pump this up like this is about to do something.
The like to dislike ratio said everything the comments were already saying out loud. Some called it a humiliation ritual. Others said he was chasing TikTok trends at the wrong time in the wrong way for the wrong crowd. And honestly, some of that criticism hit different coming from old fans who remembered exactly what he used to be capable of. Is he adapting or chasing trends too late? One take that actually made sense online, he's making music for reach, not for depth. And the problem is, his old audience came for depth. That disconnect is hard to bridge, especially when everything he drops gets compared to a version of him that existed 30 years ago. Who is this music even for? Then came the influencer pivot, YouTube collabs, gaming content, linking up with KSI, XQC, names that don't share a single lane with Will Smith's legacy. And instead of it feeling like a cool crossover moment, it felt like a legend trying to keep up with a pace that moves way faster than his brand. Does it feel natural or forced? Then the zombie game promotion.
It's like you made it through the apocalypse. Welcome. Now, if you want to stay alive, here's what you need to know. And pay attention, because trust me, you need this way more than me.
A sponsored post pushing a video game that flopped almost immediately. For someone with a Hollywood resume that size, that promo felt out of place in a way that was hard to ignore. Maybe the check made sense, but publicly, it added to the image confusion, not away from it. When a legend steps into a fast-moving space, what actually happens to their legacy while they're in there? But here's what a lot of people gloss over. None of this started with the slap. The image was already fracturing. The relationship drama was public long before that stage walk. The entanglement episode, August Alsina's claims. The red table talk that became a meme before it even finished streaming.
I was going through a very difficult time.
Yeah.
And we decided...
I was done with your ass.
Yeah, you kicked me to the curb.
I was done with you.
Yeah.
Marriages have that, though. Marriages have that.
Yeah, we basically, we broke up.
And then what did you do, Jada?
Well, you know, I think from there, you know, as time went on, I got into a different kind of entanglement with August.
An entanglement?
Yes. Yes.
A relationship?
Yes.
Did the image start breaking long before the slap? For years, Will had carefully controlled what people knew about his personal life. Then suddenly, it was all out in the open. The life partner's framing that raised more questions than it answered. Jada's clarifications that didn't quite close the loop. An audience that was used to one version of this family suddenly trying to process a very different one. How much did the public really understand, and how much did they just fill in themselves? Because that gap between what was real and what people assumed, that's where the narrative got away from him. And once the internet has a narrative about you, a real one, the kind with memes attached, it's almost impossible to take back. The slap became bigger than one moment. It became a symbol, a shorthand, a punchline that wrote itself into new contexts every week. The Fresh Prince of Despair, the pursuit of punchlines, every caption, every remix, every out-of-context clip. The internet wasn't processing a public figure's hard moment. It was making content out of it. Endlessly, ruthlessly, efficiently. When did empathy turn into entertainment? And even the people who genuinely felt for him, who saw someone clearly going through something heavy and wanted to extend some grace, even they got drowned out by the wave of people who found the whole thing too easy to joke about. And once the internet decides your narrative, can you actually take it back? So where does that leave us now? Bad Boys. Ride or Die pulled numbers. The album, based on a true story, dropped in early 2025, some solid features, a real rollout. But it passed without the impact that kind of legacy should carry. The comeback feels real in effort, but the results are harder to read. Some fans are still fully with him. They say give the man space, the work is still quality, the story isn't over. Others argue the aura is gone, that whatever made Will Smith feel like Will Smith has been replaced by something that's working too hard to feel like it. Is this a comeback or a struggle to reconnect? Because there's a version of this where Will Smith stops trying to win everyone back. and just starts showing up as whoever he is now without the pressure of the old image. And maybe that's actually more interesting than anything he's released so far. Can someone rebuild once the image cracks, or does the crack become the new identity? Because let's be honest, Will Smith is a legend. The box office numbers, the Grammy wins, the moments that defined a generation of pop culture, none of that disappears. That part is locked in. But the version of him that felt untouchable, the one where everything landed clean, where the image was airtight, where nobody was waiting for something to go wrong, that version might be the hardest thing to recover. Is Will Smith still that guy? Or is that version gone for good? Drop your take below, and if you made it this far, you already know what to do.